Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm going to talk about something that's incredibly vital for life on Earth. Forest. We often hear about trees and forests are important, but today we'll take a deeper dive into how forests play a central role in our survival, our economy, our environment, and even our culture. 1. Oxygen production and climate regulation. Let's begin with one of the most obvious and essential benefits of forest, oxygen production. Trees, through a process called photosynthesis, absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen into the air. In fact, forests are responsible for producing around 40% of the oxygen that we breathe on Earth. Without them, our air will not be as clean and life on Earth will not be sustainable. But forests do much more than just provide oxygen. They also act as carbon sinks, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This is critical in the fight against climate change by storing carbon in their trees, soil, and vegetation. Forests help to reduce the levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, slowing down global warming and stabilizing the climate. 2. Biodiversity hotspots. Moving on to the next point, biodiversity. Forests are home to a vast variety of life. In fact, around 80% of terrestrial species of plants, animals, and insects live in a forest. This rich diversity is essential for maintaining ecological balance. It provides everything from food sources to mechanical resources. The ecosystems within forests regulate pollination, pest control, and even the production of oxygen. Without the biodiversity in forest, the entire web of life, including our own survival, would be at risk. Tropical rainforests, for example, are often referred to as the lungs of the earth, and they account for the majority of plant and animal species. The loss of such biodiversity would not only deprive us valuable resources but also destabilize ecosystems that are crucial to our survival. 3. Water cycle and soil conservation. Another incredibly important role forests play in regulating the water cycle. Forests are critical in maintaining the balance of freshwater systems. They help trap and release water through a process known as transpiration, which helps in maintaining the flow of rivers and lakes. This is especially important for the millions of people who rely on forested watersheds for the freshwater supply. In addition to managing water, forests are key to soil conservation. The roots of trees anchor the soil, preventing erosion. Without trees, we would see much more rapid soil degradation and loss of fertile ground. Healthy, stable soil is essential for growing crops that feed us, and it also helps to prevent landslides and desertification. 4. Economic value of forests. Forests are also significant economic resources. The forest industry supports millions of jobs worldwide in sectors like timber production, paper manufacturing, and non-timber products such as fruits, nuts, and herbs. Timber is still one of the most important building materials and it is used for everything from construction to furniture. Moreover, ecotourism has become a booming industry. Millions of people visit forests around the world every year for activities such as hiking, bird watching, and camping. The form of tourism generates vital income for local communities, often in rural areas where forests are primarily natural resources. 5. Livelihoods and indigenous communities. Speaking of livelihoods, forests are the lifeblood of many indigenous communities. For thousands of years, people living in forests have relied on them for food, shelter, medicine, and even spiritual practices. Relationship between indigenous communities and forests is often deeply cultural and spiritual. In many parts of the world, people harvest the wood for fire, use plants for traditional medicine, and collect food from forests. Sustainable forest management ensures that these communities can continue to thrive while conserving the forest for future generations. Their knowledge and practices are often vital in protecting forests against overexploitation and deforestation. 6. Forest and medicine. Speaking of medicine, many of the world's pharmaceutical drugs come from forest plants. Researchers have found that numerous medicinal plants in forests contain compounds that can cure diseases like cancer, malaria, and tuberculosis. Even today, forests are being explored for new medicinal discoveries that can help in treating human diseases. For instance, the Pacific yew tree is a source of paclitaxel, a drug used to treat cancer. Yet, with deforestation and destruction of forests, we risk losing plants and animals that could provide potential cures for future diseases. Protecting forests, therefore, could have direct benefits for medicinal advantage. 7. Recreation and spiritual importance. Beyond the physical and economic benefits, forests have significant emotional and spiritual value. Many people turn to forest for relaxation, recreation, and spiritual rejuvenation. Hiking, camping, and simply being in nature has been shown to have mental benefits, reducing stress and improving overall well being. In some cultures, forests are viewed as sacred spaces. For instance, in many indigenous cultures, forests are seen as the homes of spirits or deities. Forests are also places for reflection, meditation, and connection with nature. This profound connection is a reminder of how important it is to preserve forests for the generations to come. In conclusion, to sum up, forests are essential to human life. They regulate the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the land we farm. They provide food, shelter, and livelihoods for millions of people, and they are home to an incredibly diverse range of life. As we face challenges such as climate change, deforestation, and biodiversity loss, it is more crucial than ever to protect our forests. If we take care of them, forests will continue to provide for us and future generations in countless ways. So, the next time you see a forest, whether in person or in a picture, remember it is not just a beautiful place, it is a vital part of the world that supports us in ways we often take for granted. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our video for more interesting, incredible facts you don't know about. Thank you.